Yeah, we are live. I'm Delz if you're new here. And we've got Vulgar display of metal here. Shout out to Retro Fire who put me on to this guy where, he's really into sneakers like myself, but he's also really into music like myself. He's got amazing cassette tapes and vinyls and posters and dope old ass sneakers. So I want to start getting people on the show that aren't your stereotypical sneakerhead, because sneakers is way more than just the hip hop scene, and it's really important that this is being put out there, because a lot of the history with the beginning stages of celebrities wearing sneakers was not just hip hop artists. Honestly, they had some of the weakest collections versus other people, to be honest with you.
Right.
So, what's wild is the past 2 to 3 years I've been, having people on, like I had Charlie Benante on. And meanwhile, on the Instagram side of things, you got people like Retro Fire and this man right here. Let me take that off so they can see your stuff.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff back here.
No, I'm talking about like your name and everything.
Oh,
that's got all my advertisements just. So, and that's his Instagram. There's a crew of people on Instagram that's been going hard, and then one day our worlds collide. I don't think anyone really is doing what I'm doing on YouTube, but
I don't think so.
But there's a shitload of people on Instagram that is showing the other side of things, and I love that. If you know my background, you guys know I worked a lot with hip hop. And I've always been obsessed with metal, though, at the same time. And I just recently started, getting in the scene of the metal scene, behind the scenes shit. And I love it.
But yeah, man, for a long time.
This guy. Yeah, well, you said you were watching me back in the days, right? Was it you?
Like 2009, 2010. I mean, hell, I was still living with my parents around that time. I actually bought a pair of the Ewings because I watched the video you did, way back about the Ewings. I had those. I don't have anymore, but I think I still got the box somewhere, but yeah, I bought a bunch of shoes before I moved out. I was 2021. I had the white cements, and they were made out of cardboard. So I didn't even like those. So I started buying a lot of the older shoes.
On the fours.
Yeah, I started buying those. They were made out of damn cardboard. I didn't like the materials on those, so then I'd sold those and started kind of getting into the older shoes at that time, because I had the 99 Bred 4s. I had those for a while, and try to redo a bunch of shoes. That got me into painting shoes and doing midsole swaps and all that type of stuff too.
So you could do the midsole swaps and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I actually have a pair of Spitz right here. Actually, it's got all the paint all messed up on it.
Well, that was that Crayola joint from back in the days.
Yeah. So I was either gonna do a midsole swap on that or just restore it and resell it or something. Not really sure. I saw it for cheap at Goodwill one day, so I was like, oh man, it's a pair of Jordans they're real, so that's even harder to find. So in a thrift shop, so I was like, I gotta buy that.
That's the thing about them Goodwill spots. You got to be careful you ain't getting the fakes. You know what I mean?
Right. There's a lot of those the clear window Jordans, all those with the toes. You can see the damn toes out. Yeah, I used to see those. I didn't buy them, but I've seen people that used to wear them back in the day. Those fake.
What do you got behind you? You got what are those steel 10s? What 10s are those behind you?
I think these are the women's ones. I call them the eggshells. They're the off-white. They're kind of like Chicago 10s, but I forget the name. But yeah, they're the women's pair. They're the off-white eggshell kind of color.
Dope.
Yeah, these are pretty nice. I've worn a couple times. Actually, I had a pair of 2s that I wore. I was helping my mom build this thing for her antique shop. And I had dust all over my feet and all this kind of stuff. So I wear those. I wear shoes to work in all the time, Jordans and all that. I don't really care. I used to keep my shoes clean. Some of the shoes I wear specifically for clean places, if I'm gonna wear something fancy, but I work in my Jordans. I do pretty much anything. I don't really care about the creasing I used to as a kid, but as I've gotten older,
I used to care so much about you were talking about 2009.
Yeah.
I used to care about that shit so much, bro.
Yep.
And as I got older, I don't give a damn about the shoes no more. I buy them, and sometimes they're pretty effing expensive. I I'm wearing them to wear, bro.
Right.
Like
right.
I'm beating these things to the ground. I'm not stopping my life to worry about how a sneaker looks. You know what I'm saying?
I used to wear the force fields and all that stuff. I used to like pigeon toe when I walk, you know, and all that. Like I actually tie my shoes now.
Yeah.
Which I used to not do that.
Yeah.
I hate the clogging of the shoe when you're like walking. And my ankles are bad. I'm like 32. I got bad ankles. If I didn't tie my shoes, I'd probably roll into my ankles with a life alert if I fell down. You know, so I got to tie my shoes now. So
you know, I love like covering the metal scene too because like it was so organic, bro. And you've seen how nasty their sneakers were. Like, I'm not meaning like nasty like they were fresh. They were nice. I mean, they were nasty, like
they were dirty,
destroyed. Like Jason Newsted sneakers look like he's been through wars and them things.
Oh yeah, they duct tape them and everything. Yeah.
Oh my God! And the Dan Spitz interview, he said so much gold on that shit. I was like, it was like, I mean, I got to do clips of it because it's 2 hours long, and unless you're like us. You know?
I watched it. Yeah,
I was like, I listened to that shit twice. I made my kids listen to it just so they learn something, you know, because like I try, like I have 3 kids, but 2 are teenagers now, and I play the music. I want them to be like how we are, like, and know about music like on another level, just like the sneaker stuff. You know what I mean? I think it's important.
Right. It is. Like I go to certain estate sales or certain antique places, and like I see some old stuff, and like I always have to pick it up, and you know, sometimes I have to work on it, fix it, but a lot of times the stuff still works just fine after 30 years. You might have to just take a Q-tip and some alcohol and kind of clean some stuff off, but those things work still just fine. Same with old cars and old trucks, stuff like that, stuff from the 80s. I mean, it still works just fine compared to new stuff, even some of the newer shoes. That's why I buy a lot of the older shoes, because the leather quality was way better. Like, you know, the Jordan 2s, like the original ones were made in Italy. You know, they tried that idea. And, you know, Jordans used to be like a fashion statement, a fashion item, even for the metal scene. That's why those guys wore that. And because it was something cool, new fashion thing. You know, Jordans kind of took over the world in the 80s. So, you know, for me, you know, I'd rather have, you know, the older, higher quality. I know some of the newer shoes now are a little bit better now, but I remember 2010, 2011, that's when shoes kind of like everybody started getting into shoes, and dudes that I knew that made fun of me for thinking it was a fad, like thinking it's just something to run into. And I'm like, no, this is something I love, you know, this isn't just some new fad. Like, and then my friends started wearing shoes and asking me where to go to buy certain shoes, and then like his little brother started wearing shoes, and their friends started wearing shoes, and I'm like none of you guys cared about any of this stuff until now. You know the colorways, you just think it's cool because one dude's wearing them. You know, it's like I wore it because I know the tech, I know the history, I know when Jordan wore this shoe. You know, so I love shoes. I've been into shoes my whole life.
What was the first sneaker that you remember getting? That was like the one that your parents like greenlit, you know, like my parents, they would take care of me when it came to like you know, like action figures and shit like that when I was growing up, when I was a kid growing up. But I wanted the Jordans, and they didn't understand spending that kind of money on Jordans. They were like, hell no, they're touching the ground. I'm not gonna spend all that money on. You can get the new G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip, but I ain't buying you effing sneaker. The first one, me personally, my first cool pair of shoes were these. This was
the pumps, those are nice.
And this, I mean, if you don't, I mean, there's a good chance you don't have the shoe, but I always like this was so special, and it was funny because my old man thought he was slick and was like, all right, we'll go to. He always took me to this store, Modell's. It's in New York. It was on Central Avenue in Yonkers, and he always thought he was slick. He'd bring me there, and they never had no expensive shoes there, but they always had Reebok there. Right. So this was on the show. He goes, we'll go there. You get any shoe you want, thinking he's slick. Then they had these sitting there, but they were way too big. They were like a size and a half too big, bro. I was like, he's like, these ain't gonna fit you. I said, these are gonna fit me just fine. I mean, I was playing kickball in the neighborhood. The shoe was flying, busting people's face. You know,
right, right.
you know,
Yeah, just double sock those and put some stuff in the toe and put some like 2 or 3
dude, I
socks
was
in.
stupid young, bro. I had a mother effing mullet. I got a picture of me somewhere. I'm wearing a mother effing mullet, bro. You know,
That's awesome.
that's how you. I got these when they first dropped. I was a young little bastard. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So, but like this to me, this was the first. Like I was like, holy shit! And no one had these in my school, man. I go to school, everyone wanted to pump this shit. At first, I thought it was cool, and then it got annoying as hell. Everyone wanted try. Let me try it. Let me, you know.
Right. Well, yeah. So for me though, it was a pair of the Answer 4s. Thing with the red toes. I was probably like 9 or 10, I think. But then my other like first Jordan was actually the Jordan 9. Was the first Jordan I ever actually had.
9's right here.
Yeah, the Chicago 9s. Ooh. Yeah, those are the very first Jordans I really ever had that I remember. But then my uncle was a huge Jordan guy, big Kobe guy. So like I played basketball when I was a kid. So always the one that got me something for Christmas. So I had a pair of Jordan 20s. I think I had a pair of Jordan 21 PEs, the Ray Allen PEs. I had those when I was playing Little League basketball and like PEs. So like I wasn't like dropping a bunch of points or nothing. But he always made sure I had a Jordan Wizards jersey for a while. I used to wear like D-Wade jerseys playing basketball outside with my friends. Like $200 jersey. My uncle would get them for me, so I didn't have money growing up. So my mom, was 19, having 3 jobs. So I got lucky. I actually had the pair of the South Beach 8s when they first came out.
The LeBron joints?
Yeah, I had those.
I'm right here. These are OGs.
See, I sold those. I mean, I sold those like a few years before I moved out. I sold them to this girl, and she really wanted them. And I think I sold them for like $300 back then. Dang, that's already falling apart.
It's talking to us. Yo, but as I said, I'm so reckless wearing my shoes. Like I got like skid marks on these bitches, man.
Yeah, mine were doing that, but I had to clean them up.
I'm not even playing basketball in them, man. I'm out partying, bro.
Yeah, I play basketball in them too a couple of times.
I don't know what the hell I'll be doing sometimes.
That's what they're made for, though, man. That's what they're made for.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I had like this kind of revelation this week, man, where like, and you don't have to agree with me at this. This is just my thoughts. Like, yo, F this whole thing of a sneakerhead, because the sneakerhead in 2024, that is corny. It's just so corny.
Yeah.
Anyone would buy shoes, first of all, if you have money, right?
Right.
There's no style. Like there's no, and then half of them are just buying into something now. It's not like back in the day. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, there's really no substance anymore. There's no, like, I mean, Jordan, he was with the Wizards when I was a kid. I was pretty young, and I'm 32. Okay. So, he was, so how does how does that work in 2024? And a lot of these kids they care about what new TikTok or whoever is promoting or endorsing some new brand, or these kids, they don't really care about brands like maybe somebody's grandma or great grandma. They still ride Buicks, today because they did when they came back from World War II, and
that's what my dad and my mom drove. They drove Buicks. Nice. They both had Buick Skylarks when they first met.
Those are nice.
And my mother had a red one, and my dad had a blue one. That was their cars they bought when I was a little kid. Those are nice. Yeah, I mean, that was crazy. Just brought me back. But this is what this shit is about right here. Like this, and like I don't get that anywhere. Really.
I think it's just the social media. I think it's just like everybody just kind of wants to jump on the next thing, and it's like there's everybody has access to different people's lives now, where before it was like magazines or whatever MTV had on at that time, and really whatever you get your hands on at the time, and you were able to kind of hone in your own style, and it's not really like that. Everybody has access to everybody's living rooms pretty much nowadays. So everybody kind of has, I guess, this new sense of pulling different styles together, I guess. Not really.
Which, I mean, I do like style-wise, the way I dress is crazy sometimes. I'm pulling shit from different ways. But I've been around all these eras because I'm old as shit. You know what I mean? I just look all right for myself. You know, I try to take care of myself. Shit. I think I look younger now. People think I was cloned, but like the whole thing is like, yo, like it's just so not like real to me. Like I feel like it's like people are in it and they're not even wearing their shit, first of all.
Right. Yeah. They just want views. They just want to be cool, I guess, for the time, I guess.
And they can't do shit like this too. Like all of a sudden me just break out this. I bought this when I was a kid, bro.
Dang, oh, you have that. See, I don't have that one yet.
This is the original. No reproduction. No nothing.
Yeah.
This is the original tape. I think
I don't have that one yet.
Oh, it's Jump in the Fire. Wait a minute. How is it? Okay, so it's Jump in the Fire, Seek and Destroy live, and then Phantom Lord live. And then weirdly on this single, it has the same effing thing on the other side. And it says printed in England. So this shit was made in England, not China.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
It's crazy. Like, you know, this is from when I was a child, bro. Like,
that's,
you know what I mean?
That's crazy you still have that.
Dude, I saved everything. Nice. My mom was so cool. Like, my dad would have threw everything out. Like, my father's Filipino from Manila. Like, he don't give a shit about this stuff, you know? Like, F this. But my mom would be like, hold, you know, pump your brakes. Like, you know, she saved everything, you know? So, like, thank God, you know what I mean?
Like, well, some of the posters I actually have in this room are actually from my mom's locker in the 80s. So, some of this stuff, like some of the Metallica stuff and the Motley Crue stuff is from when she had. So, some of the stuff I've, you know, went through thrift shops or online through the old magazine and really hoarded pretty much a lot of this stuff. Like
that, I mean, but it's on your walls.
Like that, like this Jordan poster I have.
Show us some of this shit, bro. You got a cool ass room.
See if I can show. But that behind me, that's the original Jordan poster from the 80s.
Wow.
And the Kobe posters and all that stuff.
Can you turn your phone to the? Can you turn your phone like the wide way so I could just put you full screen?
Like that.
Yes, that's you. That's what you deserve.
There we go.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, I have like all types of stuff, man. I got like way too much stuff.
Yo, I remember that photo on the right of that Jordan, that Metallica photo on the right.
Oh, which one?
On the right of the Michael Jordan poster.
Oh yeah, this one right here.
I had that on my wall when I was a kid.
You had that one?
The top one. The top. Yeah, I had that when I was a kid.
So my mom had this one too. This is actually from her locker.
That's dope.
Yeah,
shout out to Mom Dukes.
I like this one here. That Motley Crue one up there, if you can see it.
Yeah.
That one right there. That one's from my mom's locker too, as well. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. Then I actually found this in a thrift shop. This Jordan one here.
And that's an original poster with him wearing threes.
Yeah, this is all original. Yeah, all these posters I have are all original. So yeah, all these are from the magazines. This Kobe one. Like all this stuff, man. Like all this stuff is all stuff that I've collected and like saved up money to try to buy at thrift shops.
James, man, that was when James, young James.
Yeah.
Unstoppable. He's still unstoppable, but.
And I got Dime and all that stuff. I got Pantera and Gott's Mac and all that stuff. Yeah, I got like way too much.
No, you don't. You have it's amazing. Because I remember a lot of this stuff. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I got Dio, Ozzy, got some more Metallica stuff. We got like Sega Genesis stuff. That's an original Lion King poster and Batman poster from the 90s. All that stuff. And then I have way too much stuff. Like I got this.
Oh, look at the cassette cubbies, bro.
Yeah, I just know about
the cassette cubbies.
I just picked that up, and then I found this at thrift shop recently. The stereo, like all that stuff, Kenwood. I actually found this old TV too. I found that.
This is real. This is what I love. Bro.
This is one of my favorite Metallica posters. This one right here. I got that one.
Wow, look at that.
I got way too much stuff, man.
What's that? You got a skateboard, WWF skateboard?
Oh yeah. So that is actually a Stone Cold Steve Austin board that I found online. See if I can show it. I'm trying to turn my damn camera. Yeah, like,
you could just rest. Grab something like if you have a bottle or a can or something. I always say it. Then you could just rest the phone on the side of it or something heavy.
Right. You know? But this is
perfect. Look at that
board though.
Can you turn your own phone to the side? Is that possible? So we get the whole. Oh shit! You got a drum kit too? I'm about to pull out your guitar. We're gonna jam live.
Yeah, I got. Actually, that's my sister's drum set. She also plays drums. So.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, but here's this. This is actually from the 90s. So I've been taking it apart, but I've been trying to clean it up because it's falling apart on me. But I'll show you this here real quick. This is my drum set as well. It's a Pearl drum set.
Oh, sick.
This is actually, I think, from the 80s or 90s. I don't play it because it'd be way too loud. But
yeah. I mean, shit.
This is my sister's drum set that I'm putting up there for her, so because she doesn't have any room for her drum set. But I also have this Cat Von D.
Yeah. She a baddie.
From back in the day, so I have that as well. Slipknot poster for band.
I gotta see them live, man, with Eloy Casa Grande, man. That dude's sick.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I also got my VHS collection as well. I have like old school Aliens. And I have all kinds of stuff, man. Like
Debbie Does Dallas and all of that.
no, not that. No, hell, if I had that, I'd probably keep it, honestly. I wouldn't be telling anybody, but I'd keep it.
No, this is amazing. I love this.
That's just part of my collection, though.
So show us some more sneakers since we on the sneaker addict. What else you got there?
Yeah, so these are falling apart. These are my favorites. These are the 4-screen 14s that I have that I've been holding on to for way too long. I still wear these, even though they're cracking, they're falling apart. I haven't done a midsole swap or anything on these yet. These are probably one of my favorites that I have right now.
Nice.
That I still wear that I probably shouldn't wear. I also have, I have these LeBrons that I've been trying to restore that I found. These I think are like these are Korean or from Tokyo or something. Like these are like a special editions, I think. I'm not
really
sure.
I think those are like those are like the soldier models.
This is like the 3, I think LeBron 3, LeBron 4. I can't remember.
I think it was the soldier 3s or 4s. I'm not very knowledgeable with like that second because he had like a secondary line.
Right. These actually I bought, so I still have these. My mom actually gave these back to me to clean them up again. But these are actually shoes I actually bought when I was a kid. I actually saved up a bunch of money to buy my mom shoes for her birthday.
Oh, that's tough, bro.
I still have these. I can't remember what year these are.
That look like a shoe to buy a mom too. That's like a mom shoe. You know what I mean? That's women. It got Jordan's face. Hold up. Get closer with that. Pause.
Oh yeah. So that's like Jordan's face on it. Yeah. So
what model is that?
I can't remember because I think these are from 06. So it's got like the little DNA design, which I think was real big on the 20s and 21s. So this is around 06.
I wonder if anyone knows what that is. That's wild. I've never seen that in my effing
life. Have you never seen these?
What sneaker is that, man? Let us know in the comments. It got Jordan on the bottom of it.
I think these are Team Jordans, I think, from what I remember.
Definitely Team Jordans.
I bought those from my mom years ago. And I got these Bred 13s from like 04. I still wear these. These are falling apart on me though, but I still have these.
when that reflective hits, that shit is.
Oh yeah, these are my favorites to wear all the time.
Chat, what's your favorite 13? Let us know. Chat, talk to us. Yeah, those are amazing. What else we got? Oh yeah,
I got the Aqua 8s. These are actually one of my favorite Aqua 8s that don't have the stupid bling stuff on.
Yeah.
The old one from when I was, I think it was.
Well, those are the old ones, old ones, or the ones.
Yeah, not the original, but the ones that came out.
I know the one without the bling. It was the year
before this.
Yeah, this one got him dancing over here. You see?
I didn't like those. I don't like the little blingy stuff on them.
Well, the original had the.
I know that's what people always say. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I like these.
And that's something this is why I love being live, because this just started up the conversation.
Yeah.
With me. As much as we love the old shit, right. I see you and I see me. I'll embrace the new. You know, it doesn't have to be OG. Like for example,
right.
I love those leather bred 4s. Like I love them.
Yeah,
some people need them.
Right. I like those too. Well, I mean the Durabuck stuff kind of breaks down anyway, especially with the older pair.
Ashy and shit. Like,
yeah, it's harder to take care of. The leather that's actually a good idea. Did that. So.
Yeah, I'm not with the Ashy Larry. That I like the leather, man, on that.
But these are one of my go-tos. But they give me blisters right in the back, like really bad. But I still wear them because these go back to my childhood when I was a kid. So I've been wanting to buy these too because these are his PEs from the finals that he wore that they had never come out with until recently. So still need to get the red toes that I had when I was a kid. I still don't have those yet, but
I got those in the other room, man. I'm about to grab those. Right,
real quick. Those are my favorites.
And then I got these. Hold on. I got these right here though. I got these for now. These aren't what you were talking about, but I got these, which is cool. Jumping all over the place. Like this.
Oh yeah. See those? Yeah. I like
this. This is my favorite Iverson.
Yeah,
I love this Iverson, and that one's up there too.
Yeah.
The thing about the thing. Let me try to find. I think that shoe's over here in my closet. The thing about that damn Iverson Answer 4, I hate how the tongue like sat on my foot. You know.
Right.
It kind of sat a little funny on there.
True.
Damn, I don't know where that shoe is, man. Damn. Oh well. Everyone know what that damn shoe looked like, but it would have been nice to show them. But, yeah, man. But I got a pair of Iversons right here. These ain't the OG Koei. These are kind of wacky, but it's better than not showing any.
Yeah, I had the Kobe's, the purple ones. I had those for a while.
See, I got like this joint.
Yeah, the questions. Yeah, they kept coming out with like 100 colorways of that too.
Yeah, they kind of beat this to the ground, kind of played it out. See, I hated the tongue, how high the tongue is. That was my only complaint on it.
I had the Grinch pair for a while.
And the logo never always sat to the side, and that always pissed me off wearing that damn shoe, you know? I'm getting annoyed at it. Look at this shirt. This shirt, Reebok shirt, is crazy. Look at this shit.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
This shit is a vibe.
How old's that shirt?
Honestly, it's probably like 5 years old. Reebok used to send me everything because I always talk about Reebok so well. Like I still do, even though they fell off. And I'm not saying that because they got rid of a lot of people. I know there.
Right.
I know they probably think that. It has nothing to do with it. They just oversaturated it, and they need to have the right people there working. You know.
Well, I mean, it's all about like what's cool right now and what they can make money off real quick.
Yeah.
Actually, I have these Stan Smith these are from the 90s. These are in the 90s. I just found a thrift shop one time. I was going to restore them at one point, never did. I also have these pair of 80s Converse. Just the one shoe though. They just had a thrift shop. I was like, dude, I gotta get these because it got the fat tongue on it, and it's falling apart too. But I do love these. I do love those.
Yeah.
And I also have not sneakers, but I do have.
Oh shoot, that's that rock star shit right there.
Kid boots.
Yo, that's crazy.
From the 90s, so got those too. So and I still got some of the older boxes too. I've had this box for
nice.
The 8505 box. I used to have some of the Jordan face boxes too from when I was a kid. But let's see what else. Also have metallic 5s that are falling apart that I'm going to redo at some point, do a midsole swap. I'm going to do those.
So what year was those metallic 5s?
I want to say
you can't show metallic 5s and just like this.
2011. These are from 2011, I think. Yeah,
which ones are these? Let me see. Did you find those at a thrift shop or?
Found these online. There's some places I go online, like trying to.
This is from. This was made 2016. Wait a minute, 2016.
I got that. Some of these shoes I've gotten because I watched some of your videos back in the day.
Yeah.
So that's why I bought some of these.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I've met musicians that's watched my videos from back in the day. I'm not gonna say who they are because I got interviews coming.
Right. Yeah, I saw the Jelly Roll you did. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, Jelly Roll was cool, bro. Like, and he was so nice to his fans, and that's what I really liked about him. He gave me such a good impression because we were all hanging out back there for a while backstage, and the fans would come to the fence, and every time you go right to the fence.
Oh yeah, from when I was in high school, this girl I was with at the time, her brother used to go to some like get-togethers and stuff like that. Lil White was hanging out there, and from what I heard, Jelly Roll was hanging out there too, because they're all from the hood and stuff. So they come out when they were in Indy or they were in Tennessee or wherever. They just pull up and hang out with people, and because they're just like regular people, even though he's been around for 12 years. People think he's just new. He's not.
I used to see him all the time, like his face. Yeah. Like on magazines even and like back in the days and like online, I'd be like, who's this white rapper? I always thought it was like some white rapper with tattoos all over his face.
Yeah, like the
and then I started hearing his music. I'm like, oh, this guy sing like country, like, you know.
Yeah, they're from Tennessee, I think. So
yeah.
I used to download like the torrents from Hot Dude Hip Hop and stuff back in the day, like the old school stuff. So
yeah, Box Den. Do you ever go to remember Box Den back in the day? That was another.
No, I didn't go to that one. I did like LimeWire, FrostWire.
Oh, you're talking about them sites.
Yeah, like hotnewhiphop.com, download the torrent stuff, get Yelp stuff at the time, and like I used to, download all that stuff. So I was into metal and also rap, so like Big L is probably one of my favorite rappers. And
he's incredible.
Big Crit, UGK, Pimp C, all that stuff, Boosie and all that. Like those kind of guys are usually.
This was I was telling Dan that I found this. And I forgot to bring it inside when I did the interview, but yeah, this is
nice.
This was one of my first cassette tapes I ever got. Like,
nice.
I don't got the cassette yet; it's somewhere in my storage.
I think I have one Anthrax tape. Pretty sure. Let's see.
And it's crazy because he was talking about this rap song. I forgot what the group was called. This old school rap group.
I can't remember, but I have.
Is that with the pink? Wow.
Yeah, so I have this tape right here. It's the only Anthrax tape I have right now. But
so the story behind it is when they were printing that, right, guys? They freaking put pink on the logo, and they got so pissed because who wants a pink logo, especially back in the 80s? You know, like that's not a good look. So they were tight. Like this is their first album. And they gave them. There was a mess up in the printing press.
Right. I actually have some pretty cool Metallica stuff. I got the Whiplash EP.
Wow.
That's the one-sided cassette. So it's that, and then it's blank on the other side. So I have the Whiplash EP, which is really nice.
Yeah, keep them cassettes coming, bro.
So this is the original Kill 'Em All tape, which I have. So I have this tape, which a lot of people think this is maybe the original, but this is actually not the original from what I've been told. This one is the original cassette, and actually it has a different. I think it's faster, possibly than this one. Like the sound is faster. From what I remember, I've been told. Like it doesn't even have anything on the inside.
That's nuts.
It's I have the original Kill 'Em All. So like I looked everywhere for all these cassettes. I've been hounding them for a long time, really looking for all these cassettes because I'm a big Metallica guy. I know Metallica's cool again. Everybody's into Metallica all of a sudden again. But I've been a big fan since the beginning. I grew up with it. So
they lost me with that one album, man. I don't even like to say the name of it.
Say Anger.
Yo, you know a funny story about that album? I remember I was driving and I got the album, right?
Yeah.
I bought it in between class.
Yeah.
And then I was driving my friend home, and I said, man, I can't even listen to this shit. And she was like, what is this shit? She don't even like metal. Like, I'm gonna play what I want to play. And she was like, so I was, but the damn snare was driving me crazy. For people that don't listen to metal music that's tuned in here, I almost feel like we should have just streamed on the Dell show, but it's all good. I threw the CD out the window. I just got my license, bro. And they freaking pulled me over. The cops were behind me.
Yeah.
And he was like, why did you throw? What did you throw over there? I think he thought it was like drugs or something. I was like, I threw away a CD. I didn't want it. He goes, well, would you want a ticket or you want to go and get that? He was trying to make me look like an idiot in front of the girl. This girl was like one of the hottest chicks in my high school. You know, she's my friend, though. You know, if she's watching this, I'm not trying to portray like this is my girlfriend. But she was like literally like everyone would be fighting for her all the time. But she always loved hanging out with me and shit like that. You know what I mean? And I would always have to fight. That was a nightmare being cool with her because I would always deal with all these different jocks and all that. But I didn't give a shit. But so he tried to humiliate me in front of freaking, you know, in front of the chick. So he freaking was like, I can give you a ticket or you go get that CD. So then I just pulled up and she's cool. She jumped out of the car and got the CD. And then that burnt his ass because she went and got it and not me. So I was like, you know, I was going to go.
She just said, oh, it's the same Anger CD. You should just played it for him. And then he's like, oh, yeah, I mean, you're right. He's like, he probably just threw it away. Yeah, dude, you can go. Yeah, you're right.
But they lost me, man. And I would like, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but I got this when I was a kid, man.
Oh, that's nice.
Like this was like right around when, like right after Cliff passed away, right around when Garage Days released.
Yeah.
They'd have like this like a collector's kind of place for like baseball cards, basketball cards.
Right.
We collected that stuff, comics. Me and my friend Dave, and his parents would always take us there. So it would be once a month, man. It was at the Westchester County Center. I like to say places because some people may watch this, like, oh shit, that's crazy. So we went over there, and one thing they'd have is these bootleg albums, bro. So once in a while you get lucky. Like I remember he picked up this Guns N' Roses bootleg album, and it had like mad songs we never heard before that we ended up hearing later on in life.
Right.
A Metallica joint, which we really didn't get new music, but it was like demos, like their demos and stuff like that.
Like
Motley Crue, mad bootleg Motley Crue shit back then, like of albums. So it was cool. And then you would get they would have like autographs, and I seen this sitting there, and I was like, damn. I don't remember how much it was, but I didn't have enough money in my pocket. And the guy kept seeing me hawking it. I was upset. At that point, I was obsessed with Metallica. I was like, I have to have this. Like, this guy's like my effing hero. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was probably like freaking 9-10 years old. Keep in mind, like, it was a fucking child.
I grew up with Metallica too. Like, like before I was even born, you know, my mom was, you know, going to Metallica shows. My dad was too, and they used to hang out, meet a lot of those people back in the day. And I grew up listening to Metallica. And Metallica was like the first music I actually grew up on as a kid. My dad was obsessed. He was in like a cover band too, a Metallica cover band.
Oh my god, that's sick. I love it.
He would teach me how to play drums. I was like 5 years old, and we used to, you know, he used to have like a 70s F-150. He used to just always put in the he got a new CD player put into it, and he used to always play the Metallica CDs, and you'd always see him doing this all the time.
Yeah. You be in the back seat, like.
Yeah. Like so I grew, and then like he always had a stereo in his house or wherever apartment he was living at the time, and so I grew up, like when I hear this stuff, I smell Budweiser and cigarettes and stuff. So I smell that automatically when I hear all this stuff.
I
Because he would
love
just
that.
have that stuff blaring on the weekends, hanging out with his buddies, going to band practice and just blaring Metallica. And at the time, like Saliva was cool, and pretty much anything the WWE stuff, like like Godsmack. I mean, I have all those CDs. I have the Faceless CD. He actually bought that for me when I was a kid, and
That's
that was
amazing.
pretty cool. And like
and those things are priceless. Like those things, like he bought me that as a kid. That's that shit. I love hearing that, man.
Like when we can go to like Target and stuff like that back in the days when I didn't have a lot of money, but Target at the time was a cool spot to go buy CDs at. And I actually bought a Green Day CD, the American Idiot CD.
Oh,
that was like one of the first CDs I bought with some money, even though looking back, it probably wasn't the coolest CD to buy, but it had just come out at the time, so I bought that. And like same with I think we rented the Scorpion King VHS at Blockbuster one weekend.
That was with The Rock, right?
Yeah. And I actually have him at the very end. They had the Godsmack music video. I think it was "I Stand Alone." I think is what it was.
Yeah, it was. It was that. I was hearing it in my head while you said that.
I was so hyped. Like we had to watch at the very end. It was so cool. It was the early 2000s was a fun time as a kid.
And that's it's crazy. Early 2000s, I feel is like the fashion that's coming. Right.
It definitely is. It's like that mix of like 80s and a little bit of 90s, but definitely early 2000s. It's like a weird, even a little bit of 70s too. Like a little bit of mix of all those together. Kind of like 70s country and like 80s hair metal, and then a little bit of 90s grunge, and then like early 2000s Neo from the Matrix.
No, like, definitely.
And the females
are mixing it up too. They got like emo vibes with 2000 vibes. Like the whole style is wild. What it's cool though, because I like it. It brings me back to that. Like I see like my kids are teenagers now, and like I know like they try to make it like I'm not cool, but they always are like taking in, like absorbing what I'm wearing. They start to borrow some of my shit now. Like, yo, let me rock that. And I'm like, go for it.
Well, yeah, it's cool now. I mean, you can go to like stores like Walmart and find Slayer shirts now, and like I found some shirts.
And that was like forbidden, like Slayer, like God forbid. Like back in the days, if you wore a Slayer shirt, like you were stamped in the forehead as a piece of shit to society.
Right.
Like, that's how. Like I grew up real time. Thank God, I had a neighbor that was like 6 years older than me, man. I wouldn't have been listening. My friends didn't listen to that stuff, bro. And they would look at me like I was crazy. I would be in school when I was like young, 4th grade, 5th grade, wearing these metal shirts. There used to be this store, bro. And once again, like I like saying names of stores because there'll be that one person that's watching this and being like, holy shit. It was called Phil Orient. And it's such a weird effing name, Phil Orient. His name was Phil. I'm pretty sure the guy ran it, but he's also Filipino. So Phil Orient, that was his mother effing name. You walk in there, they had the illest metal shirts ever. They had the patches, like, and this is real time, like Injustice for All coming out. This is when I started like finding out about this and telling my father, like, you have to take me here. Like I have to, and then he would just speak in the Filipino language, Tagalog, and for hours, I can't speak. And then I just fucking sit there and just go through everything. And it was heaven because any other store, my father would be like, all right, let's go. Like 5 minutes, grand opening, grand closing. But there I'll be like, and they had the illest shirts ever. The belts, the patches. I mean, this was like prime time shit. Headbangers Ball was still rocking, bro. It was like, and this store is called Phil Orient. It was in Central Avenue for people like you. There was like a Nathan's, like the Nathan's hot dogs. They had the Nathan's arcade. You'd go there and they would have an arcade kind of diagonal across the street from it. And we'd go and hang out there too. But that's how it was. Man. Shit was but everything was like there was so much like physical pieces too. Right. So that era is special. But now, if you notice, people want the physical shit now. Like they want physical pieces.
Well, there's some stores where I'm at, and they have them, but like it's all expensive. Like a shirt's like $200-300. Like it's got holes in it and everything else. But it's the original. But
this shirt, I wore this shirt. I got offered like $600 for this shit.
Dang. One of the Ozfest shirts I have, I actually cut it like I used to cut my Famous Sergeant Strap shirts. Like you cut them like crazy like this. But I mow the grass in that shirt. And I guess I was looking up. It's like $200 or $300 for that shirt.
I wore this shirt. I wore this shirt at this concert, bro.
Yeah.
In New Jersey, because all the concerts were in New Jersey. Look at the back though, bro. This is where it gets crazy.
That's cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, that was that concert. Yeah.
Dude, I was there, bro. I even have the booklet, the booklet thing to it, bro. Right. And Linkin Park was there too, and it was around the time of the MTV Music Awards. They had freaking Red Hot Chili Peppers showed up. They did like 2 songs, bro. It was effing nuts, bro.
That's pretty crazy.
It was a fucking crazy. It was at the Metalhead, or wherever it is in New Jersey, bro. 1999, bro. First Metallica.
Tickets are cheap too, but
dude, I found a ticket stub to seeing Rage Against the Machines and Wu-Tang live, right? And I have the T-shirt to that too somewhere. I think
that'd be cool to see that.
Yo, this shit. And you know the ill thing? I can swear this is the bootleg too. This ain't even the official shit. This was the outside, the guys selling the shit.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I paid like probably $5 for this shit.
I've heard people getting a lot of trouble for that too. So,
but Joe, these are the ones that are more valuable than the official shit.
I know. That's how it always is.
It's weird, bro.
Yeah,
it's like that.
Because they're limited.
Because when I was young, I didn't have no effing money. I go to the concert. I barely had enough money to get the effing ticket. And when you had to get a ticket back then, it wasn't like online. You had to go to I used to go to like the local store. You rent movies and shit like that, right? Or Blockbuster, but even these small mom and pop shops, that's where you bought your tickets. Or you had to go to like Tower Records, and then they'd have a woman there trying to get you the best seats. How many do you need? And you're sitting there like, yo, this shit better not sell out. I'm gonna flip on this bitch.
Or you had to put them on the radio or something. You had to like win tickets on the radio or something.
It was crazy back then, bro. And like I would never take that back, like because I couldn't. I'm living now. It's like growing up now is it's too. I don't know. It's just not like organic. I love that I get to see them now. Even though if I had a phone with a camera on it when I was younger, the shit I would have been able to capture. Because I would have been having the illest shit. I would have been a millionaire right now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think I paid $18 to see freaking Rage Against the Machines or Wu-Tang, man.
Yeah, like, that's cheap.
I probably spent about that. I seen Metallica. It was my first concert I ever seen live, man. And I didn't even have no money to buy a shirt because we kept giving people money for beer. We were drinking beer at like 13 years old. Like crazy. Like, that was June 17th. It was the same day that O.J. Simpson was on the run in the Bronco. And we were all beat up from that concert, man. We were like this, dead in a Suburban. Our friend Frank's mom picked us up. And rest in peace, my boy Frank. He passed away. But yeah, man, it was. Yo, I remember you were saying the Budweiser, the smell of Budweiser, man. That's all they were drinking at that concert. And this dude gets bumped. His beer dropped, and he had like old school Eddie Murphy kind of energy. He was like, motherfucker. He was like, that was a sip. He goes, that was a sip. And he yelled at this dude, right? And then he looks at me. He sees my shirt. He goes, you know what that stands for? Budweiser. I wore a Budweiser shirt over there.
Nice.
Like, where's a Budweiser shirt? I think it was. I don't know why I had it. Maybe I thought it was cool. Who the hell? I was dumb young. Parents didn't give a shit back then. They just said, okay, you want to go here? We'll drop you off and see you in 5 hours. Peace. Now I would never do that shit with my kids. Like I'm like, I have to have a tracking device for you. Like I need to know where you are, child. But like
that's what my mom did back in the days. I mean, she used to go to all those concerts and all the time. Like that was the thing to do. Yeah. You went to all those concerts. You could hang out with those guys and to drink and smoke with those kind of guys and talk about stuff, and they were just like regular people back then. Like that's how it was back in the day.
Yeah, now you can't do that. But yeah, the guy goes. He told me. He said Budweiser stands for because you deserve what every individual should enjoy regularly. I still remember that to that day because I was like, what the. Because his whole energy was through the roof. Like I thought it was so funny. Like mother effer, that's a sip. He looked at like that's a sip.
That's wild.
He was wild, and he was in the pit clotheslining people. And I was little as shit back then. Like I don't even think I hit puberty yet at this point, bro. And it was like I'm little and seeing. I was trampled on, bro. I'm surprised I lived through that shit, man. Like.
That was the good days, though. That's back when things were really nice and music was different. You could just do whatever you wanted. Can't really do that now.
They opened up with Bread Fan.
Oh yeah. I went when I think it was 16 or 17. Was the Death Magnetic tour. I saw Lamb of God open up for them.
They're awesome.
That was the first concert I ever went to. That was like a big concert. Because I went to a lot of small like cover band concerts and stuff.
Yeah. Well, your old man too was in one, right? You were saying so.
Yeah. So I know some people that are in bands and stuff. They're in some big cover bands and stuff. They're in some hair metal bands. There's Glam America is the name of the band. So they're really cool. They actually are really amazing. I think they went where Motley Crue played at in LA out there. I forget the name of that place. Like one of the big places all the like glam metal, 80 metal bands play at. They actually went there recently. So I'll put a lot of different small bands, but
I'm right here.
That was the first big band I ever went to. That was pretty cool. But I'm actually gonna go see Megadeth in September. So.
Oh, bro! I remember I seen them live for the first time a year ago maybe 2 years ago, and bro, man, that shit. I damn well got emotional, bro. I was like. This is the Wu-Tang shirt.
Oh dang! Yeah, that thing's definitely worth a lot of money right now. That's for sure.
No, but yo, the ill thing is, I went on eBay. Someone reproduced this shirt.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
It looks brand new and it's fire. Like I'm like, yo, I'm about to freaking go get that shit and wear it, bro. Look at the back, too, bro. Man, 97. Cool. Yo, this show was so crazy. They had the state troopers there to come through in New Jersey. Those mother effers were jumping from the freaking seats to go into the general admission. I always bought general admission because of two reasons. It was closer to the stage and it was cheaper.
Yep.
Now I think it's more expensive general admission.
But like when I go to concerts, though, I always go as close as I can afford.
Me too. I have to, bro.
Like I know people go out and go to the lawn just because like they want to hang out with people and talk and. Then the band's in the back, you know.
I don't like that shit. I'm there
to see the band. I'll just drink at home and turn the stereo on, and I'm not gonna like if I'm gonna go see the band, I want to go see them, you know. If I want to hang out with people and drink, I'll do that at home.
Yeah, you got drive all far and shit. Like that's not doesn't sound like fun. You know what I mean? Like
right. Because usually crazy stuff happens in the lawn too, though. So try to stay away from the crazy stuff.
I've never done the lawn seats. I've always had to be as close as possible.
Right.
And I like general admission, man. I like being just the energy, man. You know, is just crazy. I've been blessed enough to like get invited to a lot of shows. So I've been spoiled by bands.
Yeah,
I've been backstage on the side of the stages with the metal shows. And with hip hop, I DJ'd and I used to deal with the labels all the time. So I was spoiled with that. But like metal, I'd always have to buy the tickets. You know what I mean? But once I started making metal content now, I'm like, this is beautiful. Like, you know, I'm literally just chilling, you know? And I'm hoping to catch a few shows next month. I did buy tickets to Luna Shore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
My friends are like, they're like, yo, you got to go to that shit. I said, you got tickets or I'm going to buy a ticket right now, man.
Actually, one of my friends actually bought a ticket for me. We went and saw this. I was like, I don't know about this, but it was this pirate metal band called Ailstorm. I actually
heard of them. Yeah, it's a chick who sings on there, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think one of the songs. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So they were actually pretty cool. I actually got to see them. They were actually not too bad.
Yeah, I seen them live. I seen them at the Blue Ridge Rock Festival, which is a horrible festival, but they invited me 1 year, 2 years as media, and that was fun because I was backstage the whole time, and
that's cool.
Got to the last festival they had was great, man. I was hanging out with freaking Charlie from Anthrax for a while and all that.
Yeah, I talked to him. He's cool. He's pretty cool. Me and him talk sometimes. So he's pretty cool.
He's such a renaissance man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like effort. Besides music and the art, he's like into like so much different shit.
He really is. He's into Jaws and he loves Jaws and Kiss and all that kind of stuff.
He got a Simpsons room, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's crazy. It's so dope. Like, and I hit him up like every time I see Simpsons stuff. Like, yo, you got this yet? He's like, yeah. I try to look out for him.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm not into that too much. I mean, I grew up watching The Simpsons. I actually I think I have some Bart Simpson stuff, but
damn, I don't want to mess with this camera. But like right above me, usually in the videos, I got this Michael Jordan. It's like only 10 of them he printed that he made. Like he blessed me so crazy with so much art. Like I have another channel where I do reactions. It's called DELZ Reacts, and so I'll be in the other room. And it's kind of like an art gallery, and one wall, well, 2 walls is all his art. He was like, give me your address. And then I thought he was going to like send me like a couple of pieces. He sent me mad shit. Like,
wow.
And then he's obsessed with Star Wars. Me too. Like he's into a lot of stuff that I'm into. Like he's like heavily into. So like, he just became a friend of mine, and
me too. He's been talking to me too. And to me, it's just wild because I'm just a regular dude, just
well, he is too, though. That's the thing.
That's right. But like some of those guys, they do so much stuff and they talk to so many people and they don't take the time to maybe like talk on social media and stuff. So so the fact that he took his time to talk to me and stuff, it's a big deal. Like you too, like taking the time to talk to me and stuff. Like
I ain't shit, brother.
I've been watching you since like 2009. I'm sitting here talking to you right now. It's just wild to me. I didn't think all those.
You know why? Because what I see is something I love. Getting back to that, like. The whole thing is that what I love this, like, I don't even know if it's the right wording. Like, it's like a subculture of people on social media or like just a circle of people on social media that's really pushing like more than just the stereotypical sneaker community, sneakerhead bullshit. Once again, don't call me that shit no more. I am no longer... I feel like like fucking Eddie Murphy. I'm no longer the king of Zamunda. I renounced my throne. I'm no longer a sneakerhead. Like I don't want to even be called that. I don't want to be that shit.
Right. Well, I mean, you were like one of the first big names. I remember watching when I was probably a junior, senior in high school at the time, and when I was 21, then it started about 2011, 2010, 2012. Like everybody started. I don't really want to name all these names, but like. All those big names started coming up all of a sudden. And it just, everybody started doing YouTube sneaker stuff. At the time, that was the only place to do stuff.
Yeah.
And, so it just got big. I remember like dudes like Sneak Geeks. I remember that.
He was an original.
Yeah, that dude came up and then he just disappeared. And then there's like.
He disappeared because he played himself.
Yeah, that's true. That's from what I heard. Yeah. Like.
He got caught with the fakes and should have just said.
Yeah, that's what happened. A lot of those guys started doing YouTube videos and they couldn't keep up with the shoes and they started buying fake stuff because they couldn't keep up with the buying new stuff. It was expensive, so they couldn't keep up.
No, but the thing is that all he had to do was say, "All right, they got me," and then keep it moving. But he also was going. I think he just wasn't into it anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's from what I heard.
Into Bitcoin, and that was early, and he would. He told me shit, and I'm like, God, man, I wish I listened to him. Because in the beginning, it was me, him, Franelations. Do you remember that dude, the little dude with the funny eye? I'm not trying to make.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that guy. Yeah.
And he would do all the West Coast vibes, so you had like different vibes too, And he would do like
the mayor.
The mayor never did YouTube though.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I thought that was this kid. I thought or something like that.
And then there was there was this other little kid. His name was Sticky 213. It was like this little kid. I think his dad was a sneakerhead. These are like the original cast of sneaker.
Homer Simpson and Yo Ain't.
That was later on.
Nightwing and all those guys.
Nightwing. That was like the next like generation.
Right.
Was those guys, which are amazing. I mean, amazing. Right? I remember when I used to just see like Nightwing in like, my comments all the time. And look at him now. He's doing amazing.
I know, it's crazy how that works. You know, it's how some of these names they come and go, but some stay. And
Jumpman Bostic, he was a big original guy.
Yeah,
and then there was another guy, J Star, who never gets any credit. That's why I was like J Star 25. He was like,
I remember him too.
Yeah.
But
because people don't give a shit about that. You know what I mean? They don't care about that.
They really
and that's why it's not. There's no real culture, like
Right. He's a
I don't want to be called a sneakerhead because sneakerhead to me doesn't even seem like culture driven. It's just someone who just is like ride or die for a pair of shoes. Like I ain't ride or die for a pair of shoes. That's corny.
Right.
Like,
I used to
ride or die for this before I ride or die for every pair of sneakers.
Right. I mean, when I was younger, I probably did, when I was probably 16, 15.
Yeah.
So I actually worked at Off the Hoops for a while when I was
nice.
About 20. I think I worked there for like 2 weeks.
That shit wasn't good, huh?
No, that just wasn't my thing. No, I was like, okay, I wanted to do this job because it was cool. It's a dream of mine to do, and I did it. Because it was a big deal at the time to have a House of Hoops where you lived at. So take advantage of that.
I should have worked at a sneaker store while I was hot on YouTube, like at my prime.
Yeah,
I could have sold mad shoes.
You could have like held shoes for people.
There was one point in time where I would walk to the mall and it would not stop. People wanted to take pictures. Everyone knew who the F I was, and it was weird, But I was young, so I loved the attention.
Right
now, I'll have someone stop me at like Target once in a while or at the mall, and I feel a little weird now,
Well, the world's kind of different now than it used to be.
I don't want all that attention now,
People are kind of weird nowadays. You never know what somebody's going to say or do.
Yeah,
like phone in your face, and next thing you know, you're blowing up for the wrong reasons, even though you didn't say anything wrong. It's just the way somebody said something to try to get your name.
I don't mind when people recognize me and just act normal. The thing is, when they act weird, like they're looking at me all weird and kind of jittery, like, and I'm like, God damn, I'm not freaking I'm not famous. I'm not rich, I'm not broke, but I ain't no big celebrity. Like, just say hi to me, mother effer. Like, I'm here to entertain. I want to entertain.
World you are, though. I mean, you're one of the OGs of the shoe stuff, man. I mean, you were doing that before anybody else. So.
And that was all for fun. Like, there was no opportunity.
Right.
Like, I didn't do it because it was opportunity.
Like, I mean, nowadays there is, but back then, no.
There was no opportunity. There was no idea of making money.
No.
I remember getting 300 subscribers, and I was like, holy shit. Like, it was like insane,
Right.
And this channel's so old that there's so many subscribers that they don't even care about no sneakers. I mean, we're going close to 20 years this channel's been active. Like, there's a lot of subscribers that are dead,
So yeah.
So I mean,
I'm just now getting into this channel. I've been building my channel up and talking to Retro Fire and the No Ideas Original too. That dude's went like crazy up. So it's cool to see some of these guys I've been talking to that were small.
So you guys are on YouTube also?
I think he is. I think he has like his own like almost like a podcast. I don't know if Retro Fire is. I do my own little. I just post the same stuff I post on Instagram and TikTok. That I post. I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
YouTube,
that's that whole market on Instagram and TikTok. It's like it's so much for me to keep up with all that shit. So I just try to stay. But I revamped the DELZ Show, which was a channel I created years ago, and then I just started doing more music stuff, and it started picking up like crazy. And then I liked watching the reaction videos. It's so weird to me why, but I guess it's because it's like you're like seeing people like enjoying what you love. So I was watching and I was like, let me fuck around and do some of these, because like if there's like when Metallica was about to drop a new album, I'm like, we doing reactions, baby. Like, you know, like those
are pretty big right now. Yeah, especially when you see somebody that's not into that music, and then you know you put people onto certain music and certain songs, and they all of a sudden they're a fan now. You know, like the sludge metal stuff. Like I'm real big into sludge metal, like New Orleans metal and stuff like that. So like I put people onto I Hate God and Acid Bath and stuff like that. That
I don't even know what you're talking about right there.
I Hate God's actually like they're one of the biggest like sludge metal bands of the like the 90s, and they're still around now. And same with Acid Bath and Weed Eater and let's see what's Crowbar.
I think I heard of them before. Weed Eater. I think I heard of them.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
These are pretty effing glittery, bro.
I don't like the glitter, man.
Yo, chat, you guys like it? And playbackers, you like it with the glitter or no glitter? Let us know that in the comments and everything like that. And I'm gonna be back live at like 7:30 probably. If you guys want that, hit that like. Be interactive. You know, I'll keep it for a little bit longer and shit. Just hang out, talk. We just talking sneakers, culture, music. Yet the whole style of like the thrifting, those aged looking T-shirts. Whether like you even seeing like people making custom aged tees now, selling them now.
Yeah, I know. I'd see it all the time.
And it's like, crazy.
Yeah, like people do like the tie-dye stuff too. They'll take some of the old shirts and like tie-dye them and stuff. That's actually pretty big right now.
Yeah.
Doing tie-dye stuff. And there's a couple of pages I follow. Actually, he just does that for a living, just makes tie-dye shirts. Like creates his own stuff, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, like that whole style's coming back too.
Yeah, I have a couple of tie-dye joints from West Side Gun. You know who West Side Gun is?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know him. Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, I like West Side Gun a lot, man. Have you showed all the shoes that you got right there?
No, I think let's see. I got the double nickels.
Oh, yeah.
I do have those.
Classic.
Taking a lot of laces out just because I've been like cleaning them all and stuff. I have double nickels. I actually have my blue suede 5s.
Nice. Those were overlooked, and now people love those. Oh yeah, and you got
sometimes I combine the Raging Bulls and these. I combine both these together. So
they came out with a red one, very similar to that blue, as far as how the panel was on the side. I remember.
Yeah.
And that was during a time that's like now, where people aren't buying shoes now.
No, they're not. Which is funny because I remember when shoes sat, it was pretty normal, and now it's like, oh, shoes sit, so they're not cool, so I'm not gonna buy it. Like, who cares if it's cool? Like, just buy it if you like it. Why does it matter if that's what's cool right now? Like, who cares? Just buy it because you like it. Like, I actually bought these are like a newer shoe, but these are the Aqua.
Yeah.
6s I just bought.
And that had a pretty heavy. What was it? A heavy suede on that one, I think, right?
Yeah, these are. I mean, the suede's pretty nice. Actually, these are one of the newer pairs of shoes that I bought. Actually, I think the last pair of shoes that I bought. Like straight dead stock or the Pine Green 2.0s. These are like the last.
Nice.
Because I've been getting into a lot of the older shoes, trying to restore them and just kind of rocking like old shoes till they completely fall apart on me. But I wear these from time to time. Whenever I'm wearing suits or wearing something nice, like I always throw these on. Jordan 1s are always good.
Ones hold up well, man. I feel like Ones is a good. Ones is a good shoe.
They are. I mean, they're kind of.
They last.
They do. They do. Then I bought. I bought these at a thrift shop. The infrareds.
Oh, I love those. That's my favorite Air Max. To me, this is a shoe I always have to have this.
Right.
This is a mandatory piece to wear in my arsenal. Not to show and pet. To wear, you know what I mean? I'm not like because
these are from I think these are from 2010 too.
No more.
But that air bubble is getting kind of yellow. I got the store there. But
those they should release that shoe every other year, bro.
Oh yeah, that's one of my
why not? You know what I mean?
All right, and then I I think the Gray Toe. These are Gray Toe 14s. I can't remember the name exactly on these. But I bought these beat to hell. But I used to work in these. I worked in restaurants for like 15 years, and then I've been doing antique on the side. So I switched careers doing antique stuff like for money nowadays for my side gigs. But I was working in these for a while until they completely crumbled on me on one of the pairs right there.
Oh yeah, that hurts the soul.
Right.
No, like no pun intended. Like but that shit real.
Right. But I was rocking these for a while. I love 2s and 14s, 13s. I like some of the shoes that people usually don't rock, especially right now. People are obsessed with 1s, OG 1s, and shit like that. But I like I like 9s and 10s. I mean, 10s are pretty nice. I don't really like how
those were the steel 10s at first. Those I was like, they're bringing those back next year with the toe cap, I think.
Yeah, I liked it when they were the original.
And I had those. Like I literally have a review on those back in the days. You know what I mean? And it had the toe cap, and that shit's probably worth dumb money now. I think I got rid of it. The soul fell apart. I said, man, I'm gonna get rid of them.
I remember Jordan hated the fact that it had the toe cap.
Yeah, he was like, "What is this shit?" But I thought it livened it up because it's kind of plain Jane, that shoe to me.
That's true. I mean, it's comfortable though, but for me it's too flat. Like there's not. I need like some kind of. I need to be up off the ground a little bit. That's why I like certain shoes where it puts me off the ground. Like I beat the living hell out of these Jordan 8s, the playoff 8s.
Oh wow! Yeah, those are special.
There's a hole in the in the bottom of these. Wow. I beat the hell out of these.
What up, Full Thought? What up, Blake? We're gonna get to that chat in a minute. Salute to everyone. Yeah, man. I mean, and you know what I know, like Retro Fire, like he likes all them like old high top joints.
Yeah, he's rocking the all white socks and stuff like that. I still need those. I
remember buying this when it first came out the last time for the price that they were charging. I forgot how much. Let me see if they got it on the box.
They're still expensive. I still haven't
got $200. Yeah. But they would, after like a few months, I'd catch them at like these stores like Eblin's, a store in New York. It's like a mom and pop shop, small chain in the East Coast for like $89.99. I caught like 5 pairs of these joints, and then I was like, I wanted to buy a few things, so I started selling them shits and trading them because these things are worth some bread now. I think
they are. I still don't have them because they're too damn expensive.
And this is dead stock. Like I really need to wear this or get rid of it. And this is my last pair, so I'm not getting rid of it. So I need to start wearing these.
What size? What size is that?
It's a 9. But this is my only one. Yeah. This is my only one. And this is one of my favorite basketball sneakers from the 90s. Like, because you gotta keep in mind, if I'm not mistaken, this, and this all came out the same year. I'm pretty sure this all was the same year. And if you watch White Man Can't Jump, I remember seeing this in it. So you probably seen and we seen this one in it. Yeah, your mother efforts called these the Billy Hoys.
Yep.
And then this came out pretty sure the same year because that was that whole drama with the pump shit,
Yeah.
But then there's the other version that had that different with that. It was like another kind of version of this shoe.
Didn't it have like the little air pump thing that you could like put to the side?
Well, that was the pressures. And this is another shoe I need to start wearing. I have that one. I have that one. You know what I mean? And this one I never wore because it's just so cool to just like take it out in the plastic. But I have to wear these. I have to wear them soon.
They're so nice.
And Dave Mustaine wore these, bro.
Yes, I've seen those. Me and Retro Fire, we always like find pictures. I'm like, man, have you seen this one yet? Dave yet? He's like, oh yeah, I've seen that one. So then, like we're always going back and forth on finding old pictures of metal dudes.
I gotta get to, that's like my goal. There's 2 more that I have to get before I croak on this show.
Yeah.
Like well, I really want to get Lars on the show too, because he wore a lot of Jordans too, low key. Like he wore a lot of Chicago
ones. He wore a lot of
ones.
tennis shoes too, because he was a tennis player. So he actually had a lot of.
And I can see that happening. It's just getting to him. I think Lars would like me because we both kind of douchebags, both of us. I'm just kidding. You know, we both get a lot of hate, but we get more love than hate. But
he's gonna be kind of hard to get in touch with. I'm sure.
And I think Lars has seen a few of my Metallica reactions from something I've heard. But
I know the host of Headbangers Ball, Ricky. Ricky's pretty cool. I know he has a big Jordan 1 collection.
I've been trying to get a hold of him, and I'm having a difficult time. You're talking about Ricky Rockman, right?
Yeah. Me and him
I'm gonna get him eventually, but I gotta get Jason Newsted from Metallica. Because he's up there he's maybe top 5 guys, you know, back in the 80s, 90s. And I got to get Dave. I have to get Dave on.
That's true.
And I was so close to getting. I was backstage, right? Right after Megadeth, when I seen Megadeth live, I was backstage, and I thought it was Dave. Right? They all walked off the stage, and they were wearing cloaks. I mean, it looked like a freaking movie. They were all like this with the cloaks. I said, that gotta be Dave. I said, he's tall as shit, Dave. I said, that gotta be Dave. So I go, yo. I said, yo. And then he turned his head, took the cloak off. I was waiting to see that orange hair.
Right.
And it was Kiko, the guitarist.
Yeah.
I was happy to see it, but I was like, damn. It was almost like, you know, like I had to pick a card. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, you know, you're like, damn, it's not Dave. At least it was him. He's cool too.
Yeah, it was cool to meet him, but I had nothing to talk to him about. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, because I could have been like, if it was Dave, I could be like, can I get 2 minutes with you, bro? Please. I had the media badge too. So it would have been official, you know?
That would be cool. Right.
But I was like, it was the wrong person. Because they all he a tall mother effer too, like him.
Oh yeah, he is pretty tall. Like it'd probably be easier to see than Lars was.
But I know how it's gonna be. Like I don't know if I'll be able to get him on a live show.
Right.
I gotta catch him at the right time, where he's free, obviously, but also in the right mood. Not saying he's a moody prick, but like he may be tired. You know what I mean?
That's true. Right.
He may be like people gotta understand when you like mother effers get tired. Like the last thing you want to do is talk right now. You know?
Right. And especially when they've done 1,000 interviews and they
Dan, dude. I've been on Dan's Hills for a minute. Like I've been hitting him up, like, yo, I gotta get you. Because the dude wore so much crazy shit, bro. And that interview is doing so good. Not here on the Sneakerhead, because this is a Sneakerhead channel. You know, Sneakerheads, they don't want to hear about the factual shit. You know, they want to hear about Kanye. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
that's
true. They want to hear about this guy actually getting these before they came out. Jordan Brand sent them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some of them do. You know.
Right.
And it's crazy because the 2 hour, it's shy of 2 hours. I think it's going to hit 20,000 by tonight.
Nice.
And then on this channel, which has all these subscribers, but a lot of them are dead subscribers. People that aren't, watching YouTube no more.
You've been doing it a long time.
Dead. A lot are probably dead. Sadly. I don't mean to laugh, but it's true.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Like it's crazy. Like that shit barely got any views. Like, and this was literally like, if you haven't watched this interview, I have it linked. It should be the first link in the description. We barely talk about like the actual music, the metal music. We're actually talking about that this man would get shoes. Look at, he got the Bo Jacksons. He got like with the lace swap on the freaking Barclays.
Yeah, he had a lot of cool shoes,
dude. And it's just so nuts. And but like you guys got to watch this because he's talking about like getting boxes of Jordans sent to him. Yeah, and like the feeling of that, and I know that feeling. I've had that feeling before. Like these were sent to me from Jordan Brand. These were sent to me from Jordan Brand. Like I know that feeling getting free Jordans. I've gotten free other sneakers, right? Other brands.
Was that the Dorn Vector 4s?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh,
these were sent to me for free.
Damn, those are nice.
Yeah,
I remember everybody was on those.
Dude, freaking, you know that you like
yeah.
I love Jordans. Like I've got free Nikes before, like, but Jordans, right. when you get a box, and this is from Jordan brand, they have a little card and it says thank you. You know, don't say my name. You know what I mean? Don't shout me out. And then it has a Jordan like logo in there, like dude. I was like so like on another like the high. I was on natural high shit. Like, like are you?
Yeah, the smell of the box, the smell of the shoe. You sniff the shoe.
It's like free.
The glue smell, and it's free. Yeah, I know that.
So I know what he was saying, and it was crazy because like I was watching some old video before he came on the show because I wanted to do like just make sure I'm like up to date with anything or try to think of something to ask him. And I seen videos of the tour bus. They literally would have like Jordan 6s and all these sneakers behind them.
Right.
Like all the like they did an interview with Ricky Rockman. And he, like literally it was like Charlie and I think his cousin Frank. And there's behind him is literally like Jordan 6s, Jordan Maroons, like and they love the Jordan 6.
That stuff was, that stuff was pretty big around the time they were big. So I think people forget that like Jordan's was kind of like a designer brand, but it was also the big brand of the time too. And people wanted, it didn't matter what music you listened to. It was basketball went global in the 90s, and Jordan was bigger than God at the time.
Dude, it's the truth. And if you look at this shit. Let me bring back that photo. The hip hop heads, the hip hop artists, they were wearing Adidas, bro. Right. They weren't wearing Jordans, bro, back in the day. And this is real time. So like what you're seeing here is what actually came out during this time period.
Right.
And that's why even if you're not into metal, it's the fact that you're actually hearing people talking from this time period.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even think these came out yet when they were wearing these shits. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably not.
So like, it's insane to think like that. Like metal is just not attached to Jordans, but these were the guys that were wearing. They were wearing them more than the freaking rappers.
I mean, I was wearing them. And I was listening to rap and metal, and I used to get all the time. Like I remember I was wearing like Vans and stuff, and they're like, "You don't skateboard." It's like, well, who cares? Like,
I love it.
So why does it matter? Like, I play basketball, but I listen to rap too.
Incredible shoes, bro.
Yeah. I know they were in a lot of the sitcoms too at the time. Like I know some of those guys were sent shoes, and they would wear shoes on the sitcoms to promote Jordan.
Yeah, like Will Smith was probably getting all the free J's.
Oh
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah, because he was another one that had Will Smith is that kind of dude that would go on this show too.
That would be cool.
Kind of left field.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. But I remember when they came out with those Jordan 5s, when they came back out with them without the laces because
I hated that, bro.
Yeah, I did too. You couldn't even they like cut you couldn't even cut the lace holes open because they made them where you can't even put the laces in there. I was like, man, they should have let an option so you could at least put the laces in there if you wanted to.
Yo, I'm gonna try to get Will Smith on this shit. I've done the impossible. Listen, I've done the impossible before.
And you've interviewed a lot of other people, so you probably could.
Yeah.
Some big ass names, so.
Well, that's the thing now. Last time I tried pitching this to Dave's camp, which wasn't Dave, it was Dave's camp, was like, not right now. He's not doing interviews right now. But like now I have Dan, I have that, and I have the Charlie interview, and I got the Dave Ellefson interview, which was a good one too. Did you see that one with Dave Ellefson yet?
I think I saw a little bit of that, yeah.
Oh, you gotta watch that full video.
I gotta watch that one.
Yeah. And he talked so crazy. He talked about like when he sat with Dave when he first heard Kill 'Em All for the first time.
I remember hearing that. I do remember hearing that.
That video went viral. That hit almost 500,000 views.
I think I did see that part of that video where he talked about
that. Shit went I was like, it was on all the blogs, all of that. And I was like, holy shit. And we were on a tour bus. That was so surreal being on that tour bus with them. Because like Megadeth, I said in that interview with Dan, that was the first cassette tape I had. It was a copy of the first album from my neighbor. I dubbed that shit. I didn't even buy it. I dubbed that shit, because I was mad.
People did that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And like, yeah, if I could get Dave, that would be crazy. And they got the Agassiz coming out. Those Agassiz.
Right now, like like the all these bands are coming back out again, like the early 2000s bands and some of the 80s bands. All this stuff's kind of cool again, and it's because I think some of the music right now kind of sucks, and because of some of the TV shows kind of with the 80s stuff, and that kind of boosted a lot of these bands, and now they're kind of bigger again. They're almost going through like a Kiss thing where like Kiss got real big again in the 90s. And so they kind of like some of these bands are having that same thing where they're huge again all of a sudden. So it's like I would say it's perfect opportunity kind of right now to kind of get there's a metal kind of intertwine with each other.
Megan, that's on tour. I mean, you said you're going to their show, so but Jason that would be cool.
I don't know if I'll be that close to.
Dude, if you see him, if you get close to him back, if you maneuver and you see him in the parking lot or at the McDonald's or something, you better freaking just talk to him. Yo, listen.
I definitely will if I do.
Like you said, listen, we covering the sneaker talk. It's like I just need to get you. We need to get him talking about shoes, and that's going back to this Instagram vibe, and over here too. Like it's about just like getting the history out there that's untold.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Nobody's really tapped into it really. It needs to be talked about because the sneaker game itself, I think it needs a refresh anyway. Because I think it's gotten so stale over the years. It's kind of dying out, and I think it needs some new life, breathed into it anyway.
Well, I was so happy when I seen Jordan Brand take care of Retro Fire. Like he gave him, they sent him like that. I think a cool like Friends and Family box with the maroon OG ones, the metallic joints or metallic burgundies. I was like, yo, that's dope, bro. I was
I was like, oh my god! I was like, damn, dude, they actually gave you some shoes. I was pretty hyped for him because
I was hyped too, bro. Because he's doing some good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people like
we all started in a group chat together. At the beginning, we had no followers, and we've all been talking and just bouncing ideas off. And now
he was really like, yo, you gotta get Vulgar on the joint. You gotta get him on there. I was like, but I kind of like that he didn't get on the show because then I could get him on the show solo, and then maybe I could even get Homeboy No Ideas Original on there. And then maybe we could all just collide, you know what I'm saying?
That would be awesome because I know he's done a lot. Right now he's like probably one of the new big names.
Yeah, he's killing it. He's killing it. Him and Retro, you doing your thing too, though. But those images that when I ran into, I don't know how I ran into it. Maybe in the algorithm, who knows? But when I seen that Retro Fire, I said, you know what? You know how I found out about him? From looking up photos with Charlie. When I got the interview with Charlie, I needed to reference what we were talking about.
Right.
And then I seen his IG and I said, what the this is crazy. He posted all the stuff about he even got Macaulay Culkin wearing the effing the damn Carmine sixes. Like I'm like, this guy, and he seemed young, like unless he just got good genetics. He seemed more on the younger tip, like you So I was like, I like this, I'm like, this is special, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And there's some females repping too, man. I forgot their names offhand, but like I see like that, like people wearing all them old high top Nikes that aren't out no more.
Right, I've been seeing that. Yeah, like there's this big thing with like Motley Crue. Like some of these girls I've seen, they bought like the 80s Camaros and they have like the big hair and stuff, and they're big Motley Crue fans, and big like Rat and Poison and all that. Stuff again, and I thought I was like, man, that's like looking at my mom when she was.
Yeah, see, I never thought that hair was attractive. Like y'all need to keep that shit in the vault.
I guess that they're trying to get that vibe back, and that's good.
Like the big curly frizzy hair and all that shit. Like I don't like that shit. Like ladies, do you? But that doesn't do it for me. That shit reminds me like some mom stuff. Like I'm like, that's not.
That's what my mom looked like in the 80s. I mean,
yeah. Like to keep the hair straight and all that. Like, put the emo makeup on or something. Like you can wear the outfits. The outfits is lit, but you know what I mean. But like Yeah, I mean, but hey, whatever floats your boat, ladies. But yeah,
Right.
man, like
That's how I fell back though. So I guess it's
the
getting cool
styles.
again.
That's what they do. They grab here, because I'll see like 80s
Right.
vibes, 80s glam vibes, and
Yeah.
they'll mismatch it with like 2000 vibes.
Right. It's like this weird mix. Yeah.
Yeah. Like heads are wearing like I see people hustling the jeans now, like the big baggy Janko shits. I see that
the Jinko stuff.
like
Yeah,
crazy.
I've seen those. Yeah, I was like, I remember.
I'm wearing baggier pants now, though.
Right.
I
Yeah, I've
like.
seen that's coming back, the baggy pants and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that. It's kind of
I
funny.
mean, I'm having fun with it. I've been doing that for almost a year now, wearing baggy shit. I said, oh, people starting to wear the baggy shit. I'm gonna have fun with it. I start seeing it, like because that's how it does. Like you'll see it, and then you'll be like, this is gonna be that next shit, and then I'll be like, let me have fun with it, like I was there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you remember it, so you probably still have some of the old jeans that are.
Oh, I got crazy, dude. I used to wear that Janko shit, man.
Right.
I used to skate, like I had the
yeah.
skateboard.
Yeah,
I still having the other. If someone really wants if someone wants to see that Ray Barbie, send a super chat. I'll go grab it real quick. I had like the boat. I got the wheels on it and everything, bro. But I whited it out and I put to draw on it because I used to like drawing. So I was like, I'm gonna make my own artwork on it because the graphic got all scraped up. The graphic was dope at first, but from rail sliding and doing all the shits on the curb and all that. Like I screwed it up, so it just looked like shit. You used to have like a group, he was like sitting on like I think like a fire hydrant with a deck of cards or something. It was dope, and then it got all effed up. So I was like, and I had this character. And yesterday's live show, if you guys didn't see it, I showed this character that I used to draw. It was called Blunt Man. It was kind of me with my hat back. And like I'm like doing all types of stuff, like you can use your imagination, Blunt Man, you know what I mean? And like I drew him on the back of the skateboard. It's literally in my other room and shit. But yeah, man, that I don't know how the hell we got there, but yeah, man, it's interesting how no idea is original and history keeps repeating itself,
Yep, it's true.
Yeah.
Actually, I tried to skate one time, and then me and my friend, we ended up running into a fire hydrant, falling on our asses. So,
man.
So I stuck to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on the PlayStation after that. So
my friend Dave, who I got this with, right? Like we love skating, but we love the culture. Like, see, I'm an older mother effer, like, so I grew up like I'd see my neighbors, right? They would be skateboarding on my block, and they put me on all this shit, like the Bones Brigade, like the first shit. Like you had Mike McGill who did that McTwist. He invented that. You had Tony Hawk. I seen these skateboards real time. I was like a little shit. You know what I mean? Like little. Like we was only like 5 years old, hanging outside. And they had the skate. There was this kid. I think his name was Drew. He was dirty. They had a big ass ramp. They used to go crazy on the street with this freaking ramp. Everyone else would bust their ass. Some people would go on the bike, but it would be fun. I sit there in the curb, a little kid, maybe the ice cream truck come, just sitting there and watch these older people. But that's how I learned about all this, this stuff. Like, as I said, probably wouldn't have even gotten into the metal. With my friends were listening to hip hop,
Right.
They were listening to freestyle music. I don't even know if you know what that is. It's like Guido music. That's what they called the Italians back in the days, in the 80s and 90s. These mother effers, they got like the Jersey Shore hair. They wear these pants. They call them Z Cavaricis. They were like these baggy pants, but they were cuffed in the bottom. So they were like super baggy, and then they start getting narrowed out. And like these like and they wear like they'd wear was Reeboks, like in different colors, like all red, all white. And they used to call those they used to call this is some real culture shit from 80s. I'm kicking knowledge about. They used to call them the Guido Bockers in New York. Guido Bockers. The Guido Bockers. That's what they used to call them. And they would be they had to be a solid color. And they would talk like this. You know what I mean? I had a friend, his name was John Franco, right? His brother was Mike. He was like the ultimate tough as shit. You never want to mess with him. He drove the freaking Mustang 5.0, real like tough guy, you know. And he would wear, and he had the booming system and stuff, and he would be knocking freestyle music. And Retro Fire actually plays this music. It's like these groups like TKA. It's like love music, but like dance love music from like the 80s and 90s. TKA, Johnny O, all this stuff. And it's funny because that's why I'm so impressed with this Retro Fire, because he's playing these songs, and I know he ain't that old. And the mother effer knows about this. That's some New York shit. And I'm like, I don't even think he's from the East Coast, right? So I'm like, what the?
He's from the West, yeah.
Yeah, so like, well, how do you know about it? Because all those groups, I ended up knowing these guys later on, because a lot of them were from the Bronx, from Harlem, like all these guys, Cynthia, all these bands. But like, yo, like that was a whole nother thing. Like they would all wear the Reeboks, all solid 80s. And we call them the Guido Bockers, bro. Back in the day, Guido Bockers.
That's funny.
And they had a gold.
Well, I'm Sicilian, so my family's from Sicily and stuff. I got some of that, so it's kind of funny hearing that. I ain't never.
Oh yeah. And they all talk like this, so hey Tony,
That's funny.
But they all solid colors, bro. If you look back, like the fashion, like 80s Italian teenagers, like just search around. Z Cavaricci, these pants would cost like at least $100.
Oh, wow.
They were expensive pants, bro. And they were like almost like MC Hammer pants before MC Hammer. It was right around the MC Hammer day.
Yeah.
And it's called Z, like the letter Z, and they'd have a tag that go down the crotch, a white tag, which was weird in itself too, because it would buy your joint,
Right.
And then all the Italians wore that shit back in the day. Wow. I don't know how we got there, but we got it.
I'll have to ask my mom about that. I'm sure she probably.
Oh, your mom definitely got to know about that. You got to get your mom Dukes on the show. She probably know about all this shit.
I mean, she was into all that stuff back in the day. Like I grew up on like 90s R&B and hip hop, then also 90s country, because it was 90s country. It was everybody used to do line dances and stuff like that. So that was popular in the 90s, and then I grew up with rap too.
I know why we went here with it. So what I'm saying is, like, if my neighbor wasn't a metalhead, I wouldn't have listened to metal. That's where I was getting at, because I just started going on this Guido Bocker rant, which like, this is real shit. Like this is what they call them in New York. Guido Bockers, the Reeboks, all solid, green, red, purple, all solid. All the Italian kids wore that shit. So if I didn't have my neighbor who was a metalhead, like I'd literally hear him playing the guitar in his freaking basement, I'd be like, "Ooh, what's that?" Like a little shit, and then go over to their house and go, "What's this?" And then learn about this shit. I wouldn't have been into this. Like I get picked up on my friend, right? My friend's brother. He'd be knocking, dun, 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 dun. He playing like Eric B and Rakim, like shit like that. So I'm like listening to that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, this is fire. But then listening to the metal shit from some of the kids in the neighborhood were listening to, the older guys were listening in the neighborhood. So I'm hearing different types of music. And I'm also like, my sensory shit is through the roof. I'm like, this shit is hitting different than this. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, I grew up like that too, because like my uncles used to do all like that breaking stuff back in the 80s. They used to, where you go to your local shows and they do like the local TV recordings, and every little group, and you do your break dance and stuff. So like I grew up listening to like R&B, but then like my mom would turn on Anthrax, Got the Time, and she'd throw that song on, and then we listened to like 90s R&B or like Keith Sweat or some stuff like that. And then listen to Metallica, or at the time Kid Rock had just come out with an album. We'd listen to that, or we listened to, or my dad, go to my dad's and we listen to Godsmack and watch wrestling. Like, after
wrestling,
I went
to big to me.
After I went to Blockbuster, rented like a video game or rented a movie, and we watched wrestling during the early, like the early 2000s era, when it was Attitude Era. Listen.
That's the best era ever.
Yeah, that was probably the best times as a kid, when you just sit down on the floor and watch wrestling. And you just went to Blockbuster and rented like a movie or a game or whatever. Like those were the fun times, man. Like that's where I get all my culture from. It's from my mom and my dad and my uncles. growing up in
But
the city.
they raised you right, bro. You know what I mean?
Right? But then, like, you know, I'm from Indy.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. So I'm from Indy, so like I'm from the city, but then I know people in the country that like, you know, they grew up in the middle of nowhere, and they know country and they know about like horses and cows and stuff like that, and I don't know nothing about that. You know, I'm just some city dude, so I go out there and learn about the country living and country stuff, and then I go back to the city and and I teach them stuff, they teach me stuff. So I always love learning about different cultures and religions and differences of opinion and different ideas. And instead of being stuck in this one idea of a box, you listen to this stuff, so you have to only wear this, or you have to only have this mentality. Like, it's good to surround yourself with different people or other people smarter than yourself, or different religions, different cultures, different food, different mentalities, to really broaden your scope of the world itself. So then you can actually make a decision on, I like this because of this, or I don't like that because of this, not because somebody told me to. Like having your own actual lifestyle based off of what you like, not because somebody told you like. So
no, 100%, man. And it's like, it's funny too, because like I'll meet people, right, and they'll judge me depending on what I'm wearing, because I may go like really crazy looking, like stereotypical metal, like a more fitting like Misfit shirt with my jeans a certain way or something like that. Always wearing fresh kicks, but like they'll look at me one way, and then if I'm all like baggied out, they may look at me like, oh, this guy don't listen to metal. He a poser. Like if I'm wearing like a metal shirt or something,
right. Especially
like,
right now,
guys that wear. And then I've had like, I've gone out to like a bar and they'd be like, oh, name a whatever band I'm wearing song, and then I'd be like, start talking, I'd be like, and they'll be like, oh my, like I don't even know what you're talking about. Like they don't even know what the fuck.
Right? Yeah, they don't even know. Yeah, I run into that a lot.
Yeah, like I'm obsessed with music. Like I'm know way too much than I should know. Like
yeah, me too.
Time,
like back in the days, like when I was in high school, like I used to wear like an old North Carolina Jordan jersey, and I wear like the Jordans. I used to have like a buzzed haircut at the time, and I used to get hassled by all these teachers back in the day, thinking I was some drug dealer or something, just because I wore the certain outfits or whatever. I'm like, no, I like basketball and I like the culture, but then I'd also mix it with band shirts and stuff like that. So like I would get certain people would look at me a certain way just because they think that way. They think in that one track mind, and that box mindset, where they think, oh, because you look like this, you must do this. Where it's not always the case. Everybody comes from different walks of life, and just because they wear something doesn't mean that's who they are. So
I think bands like Slayer, like I was saying earlier, even Slipknot, like just because of the name too. Like when they first came out, like if you wore that shirt, people looked at you as like a psychopath. You get away with a Metallica shirt, you get away with like a Megadeth shirt, Anthrax shirt, but you wear a Slipknot shirt too, man, people looking at you crazy.
Well, also it depends on where you live too.
What do you say?
It depends on where you live too, on what shirts you wear. Like if they look at you crazy, like if you're in somewhere like there's tons of old people, if you wear like a Slipknot shirt, you're like, oh my god, freak out. Like I wear like I Hate God stuff, but it's spelled like an eyeball, like EYE. So I wear that.
So you can't really tell what it's saying, kind of.
Yeah, like so people still look at me crazy when I wear their stuff, but their music doesn't even mean that anyway. But that's another band. I don't know if you know about them, but they're.
No, I don't. That's what you were talking about earlier, and I was kind of like, I don't know what you're talking about. Is that like a newer band, or is that more?
No, they've been around since like the early '90s. I think they actually toured with Pantera and White Zombie, because they're from New Orleans. They're pretty much one of the godfathers of New Orleans music.
White Zombie is so effing good live. Have you ever got to see them live at all?
No, I never got to see them live.
I was literally on the side of the stage watching them, and they were sounding. They sounded so. I have a video on my Instagram, and you got to scroll a little bit, guys, if you watch that. But like, I'm literally, it was amazing, and I showed a crowd. There was so many people. Like, I was like, dude, this is ill. And that dude, John 5, is so sick on the guitar.
Oh, yeah, I like him. He's cool.
Yeah,
he's a good guitar player. A lot of people underrate his guitar playing, but he's a really good guitar player.
Nah, he is, and I wish that he was not playing. I wish he was like in a band like where he could really show his skills even more. You know,
Right? Because I think he's in Motley Crue now, right? I think.
Yeah, and Motley Crue, like they just sound Vince Neil sounds so horrible. Like
Yeah, I hate to say that, but yeah, it's
and like I'm not trying to disrespect him, but I understand. Look, people are buying the tickets to see them. They just want to see them, right?
Right. Just to say they've seen them, yeah.
I don't think people expect Vince to sound great, but he's
been around a while, so
yeah. I mean, it's just like I never got to see them live, like. But I mean, you don't even have Mick Mars in that shit. Mick Mars is like, you know, but he's got, you know,
he's had a lot of health issues, so
yeah,
he can only hold on for so long with a lot of his health issues that he had.
Nah, it's a blessing he's still alive, you know.
I know. Surprised he held out as long as he had. So
yeah. Well, shit, man. I think we're going to end this shit, man. You got anything else you want to talk about? I think I ran out of shit. I ran out.
I think so too. I mean, I don't really
talk about retro shirts, the sneakers, music. We got to get Dave Mustaine. Listen, people out there, listen. We got to get Dave Mustaine talking sneakers, audio. If you shy, just press record on your recorder and try to talk to him. Do one of these. I'm trying to teach, mother effers. This ain't about just me. This is about the culture. It doesn't. I don't have to be the first one to do this shit. I'm gonna try to be that guy to get it done because I have a few people that know a few people. But all you gotta do, grab your phone and press record. And if you're shy, you do this. Can I get you? You know, I got this big. You don't even need a posting. Send it to one of us. We'll get it out there. Like we gotta have him just talk. What's your memory on sneakers like back in the 90s? Like I heard you like, you know, you can even say like I heard you used to get all the crazy Jordans for free back in the days, which I know that's a fact because David Ellison told me in the effing tour bus. Like we just gotta get him and anyone else that we have no audio because we actually have audio now of people and video now. We got Charlie. I don't think we ever had Charlie until I did that video. Really on my sneakers. So I was able to get in the past 3 years, I was able to get Charlie, David Ellison, and Jeff Young. But Jeff Young wasn't really he had some cool sneakers, but David Ellison was wearing like some joints too. Him and Marty Freeman was wearing some joints too. But he was. Yeah, he was wearing
Yeah,
I think they would do switcherooskies, the other band members, you know. Even Nick Mensa was wearing like some nice Nike shit.
He was. All those guys were at one point. Red Hot Chili Peppers, I think Flea was.
Yes, and Slash.
Yeah,
see,
Slash.
I could see Slash. I could see getting Slash.
Right.
I could
Dave Grohl, I think
being able to get the Slash.
Yeah, Dave Grohl. I think he was one. Pretty sure.
Yeah, David Grohl. I think if I catch him on the right vibe, you know what I mean. Like if I get him on the right vibe, because that's what it is, you know.
Right.
Sometimes I'll see these guys and I know not to talk to them.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, this ain't the right time. You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess if he's able to drink some Crown, you know, give him some Crown and Coke, he'll probably be good.
Yeah.
So
because like the last big festival I was at, right? Like and that was a festival where I seen Charlie out there, and I seen a lot of the guys, Frank, and I was with Anthrax for a little bit back there, and I hung out with like who the hell was I with too for a little bit? It doesn't even matter. It's not really. No one even knows what the fuck I'm talking about on this channel. So, like, who are these people? You know what I mean? But you know, like, I seen other people that I wanted to talk to and interview, and I'm not gonna say who they are, but I knew it's not the right time. You know?
Right.
Like I knew it wasn't. Like for instance, I've seen Scott Ian back there. I knew it wasn't the right time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna bother these guys. Like they probably traveled, they're tired as shit, you know. I'm not gonna do that, you know what I mean?
A lot of those guys are older too. I mean, a lot of those guys are almost 60, you know, they probably want to go home with their families and stuff, you know, and probably don't want to do another interview. They've been doing those for 30 years, you know. They probably don't want to do another interview.
If you guys didn't see that interview with Dan, he talked about so much. There was like it was, dude. I was like, I was looking at the time, and I'm like, holy shit, we did an hour.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my god, we're almost at 2, and I didn't want to take too much of his time, but I think also because I'm from New York and he is too, you know. Because like Charlie, at the end of the Charlie interview, he says we got to do a part 2. I think fellow New Yorkers like talking, and I think also going back to what I was saying, I think sometimes these guys sometimes these guys may be like they look at me like, oh, okay, he seems chill, he seems cool, but then they don't realize like how much I know, like where I'm like they're like, oh, this guy could really keep a conversation going.
Right, they actually, you know, like what you're saying, and like, oh, he actually knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, because a lot of the other interviews I'll see, they're just like, so what modifications did you use for the amp and you know, and this album, which is cool and all, but it's like we have that out there already. You know what I mean?
Well, probably because they're so used to, you know, the PR stuff, doing interviews. They're probably so used to that. They're not used to off the cuff kind of stuff. That's what I'm guessing. But.
Like, I don't know if you ever seen, like, I interview like wrestlers too. Like, I interviewed the Hardy Boys. I don't know.
That was nuts, man. That's like my childhood favorite dudes right there.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm asking them, what's your favorite band? And they're telling me Slipknot and Tool, and like, who do you like better, DMX or freaking or Tupac? Because that was a hot, like, that's what you got. You got to go there, like, go where they don't go, but it makes sense. You know what I mean? Right. And then it's like you have some that's timeless. You know, like I was talking mad shit because you know, there's the sneakerheads, and they always want to hate and talk that shit, but like, what has these guys done that's been like that'll be timeless. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And it's not. It's because I thought to ask these things.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like some people are, oh, well, they're not there to watch you. Well, who the fuck thought about even asking? Why am I the first person to do this? You know what I mean?
I mean, that's why me and Retro Fire and stuff, we've been like talking for a while, trying to get this going, you know, trying to get people talking about this stuff because it hasn't really been done as much, you know.
That's why I shouted him out on the interview. I was like, I gotta incorporate him because, like, you know, it's all about us all pushing each other, like, you know, trying to get this wave out there, man. So, you know, so make sure you guys follow him right there. It's Vulgar _ display _ metal.
Yeah.
Is there another underscore after that or no?
No, I think I don't know. There might be.
Yeah. Once you start typing, it'll pop up, and then I'll follow.
I'm on TikTok. It's same name. Also on YouTube.
Oh, I got your shit in the description. I already put your link in the description.
Cool.
It's on the bottom, just so you get right. You just scroll to the bottom, and get right to it. So it's on the bottom of the description. And follow him, give him a follow. And if you're not following me yet, then you should by now. But all my shit is right there. I actually post shit on Facebook still. Just because it's the only account I have that's verified. They tell me that this is the hardest shit to get verified. Facebook. Really? This is the easiest shit. They hit me up right away with this. And these other two, they want my money. I gotta pay them. F that, man. I'm not paying you $14. I'm cheap.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, I'm not doing that either.
For a badge? What the hell do I need a badge for? You know?
Right. As long as you got the following, why do you need a badge for it?
Yeah. And then with TikTok, I need to start going live on TikTok.
Yeah,
that's the wave too.
TikTok's pretty big too on there. I'm doing lives.
Yeah, I gotta follow you on that TikTok. You go live on there ever?
No, I haven't done any lives yet. I need to. So.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Like, I'm gonna try to get Retro on here. And then when we get Retro on there, then we have you guys on the show. I followed that. What's No Ideas Original? Let me look at his shit real quick.
Yeah,
Rich has been recording for 5 minutes. So I was showing you guys. If you guys see Dave or any of these old, you know, these legends, you know what I'm saying? Like, try to film some, don't film without asking them first. You're gonna really piss them off. They're gonna be like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, don't do that. I know that would piss a person off. No idea. Yeah, I'm following his ass. Yeah, he got some dope stuff.
I think he's got like 90K, I think, followers.
Yeah.
I think he was in Complex Sneakers recently or something.
Yeah, he's in tune with a lot of the stuff that's going on here. Like, he's posting like rest in peace to Prodigy, man. I was just talking to Big Twin during his birthday, because I was like, yo, why the hell are people not like treating like Prodigy passing away like they do with like other rappers? I know he wasn't like on a top 5 best rappers ever list for most people. They're gonna put Biggie and Pac, but that mother effer, it is a big deal, like, and I was like, I don't see enough on the timelines,
Well, from what I remember hearing, he was a big reason why Eminem, got as as good as he was.
Yeah.
Since he used to go back and forth freestyling and stuff. So
yeah, man. I mean, it's like and so I love what you guys do here on Instagram, because it's just kind of what pisses me off about this sneakerhead culture, which I don't call me that shit no more. I don't want to have nothing to do with sneakerhead shit. Right. I'm just me, I love just the culture, it's so nice just to see like this, because it's real. And I lived through this shit.
Right, yeah, that's true, you did.
Like, I literally did. Like, so it feels good seeing this shit. Like, it makes me happy.
I kind of did it the early 2000s, late 90s. I remember those days. But yeah,
you guys do a great job. Whether you were in this culture or not, is for me to look at it and say this is amazing. It means that you guys doing a good job. If I actually lived through this shit and I'm actually enjoying this shit.
Right.
I'm about to unfollow like 50% of my subscribers because I'm seeing too much other shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm missing out on good stuff,
It's true.
I gotta refresh my algorithm. I'm seeing too many cheeks clapping and not enough. I get that.
There's a lot of that on there now. I mean, you can't get away from that no matter what you do.
No, dude, I see some shit, and I know y'all gonna think I'm crazy, and you'll think I'm weird, because you'll be like, oh, you really look at weird. Dude, I see some woman breastfeeding a kid, like a hot MILF breastfeeding. I said, how is this even allowed here?
Well,
I was like, I blocked it because I didn't want to.
Because that's educational. Again. That's educational, right?
Oh, that's how they get them. That's how they maneuver. But she was like a hottie, so she's like, and looking all, like how they do. I'm like, this is crazy right now. I said, man. I was like, if people knew I was looking, that this is being recommended to me, they think I'm crazy. I'm saying it because I really don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I was like, this is odd. It shouldn't even be legal that should not be allowed. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I'm hearing like other people getting their accounts taken off. Like my dude, Ronnie Racky, he keeps getting his shit taken down, and then it's like, yo, like, he's just speaking his mind, whether you agree with it or. And that's the thing that pisses me off. Like, now, like, you don't gotta like him. Like, I was just talking to my friend, and he was saying his girlfriend can't stand him. I was like, yo, I'm gonna try to pull up to this show that they're gonna be doing in a few weeks. He was like, I'm like, roll out with me. And he was like, oh man, my girlfriend don't like him. And I'm like, so what? Come roll out. I'm like, you don't know the mother effer.
But why does that matter?
But like he gets flagged for that, but that it's okay to have the breastfeeding thing. I'm like, this is odd shit. This is the world we live in. Like,
it happens all the time. I see it all the time. It's crazy.
Oh, so you really like the baby? No, I'm kidding. The breastfeeding shit. I'm kidding.
No, I don't see that all the time. No,
I'm kidding.
I see wild shit like that all the time. Like, why the hell? Like, and then it all of a sudden ends up being somebody like reacting to it, because like,
the reactions.
So
that's what I started doing, them reactions. But I do the funny ones. I like the funny shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of wild shit on there now.
Yeah, man. Instagram's a wild place, bro. That's for sure, man.
It really is.
It is, man. But it's a big deal, man. And once again, thank you to people like you. Even though I don't know Homeboy, I've been following him. No idea of his original, old dots in between. And of course, Retro Fire. What's his shit again? I know it's Retro Fire, but if you write Retro Fire, it's gonna come right up, man.
Right.
You got like X's and all that. Let me see where it is. That's how I got put on the Retro Fire, from searching for. Because I asked Charlie. I met him and I was like, And then we were talking on the sidelines, like through the phone, and I was like, "Yo, I want to do an interview with you," and he was like, "Let's do it." Like it was as simple as that.
Right.
And it
He's
was
cool.
gosh, and then and bang, and then at the end he said we're gonna do a part 2, but they got a new album coming out. I don't know if you know that, but they do have a new album that they're almost done.
I think I heard about that.
And Joey just got to finish laying some vocals. They got a lot of stuff coming out next year. Like there's some big shit coming out next year, and y'all will remember that statement what I said next year and be like, holy shit.
Joey's doing vocals on it, so I was like, damn, that's a pretty big deal.
It's retro fire with 2 X's in the beginning, underscore in the middle, and 2 X's at the end. And yeah, because of that, because I needed like photos like this for the interview to reference. That's how I found that, and I said, holy shit. Like I said, what the hell? Like he got the most random Bullet Boys. Like those were like a wing ass 80's band. Like they were like I wasn't fucking with them. Like but he want these to come back bad, like shit like that.
Oh yeah, that's what we've been talking about. We've been like he's been trying to push a bunch of shoes for Nike to bring back. He's been like doing this whole like thing trying to push certain Nike flights and
he want the high top flights.
Yeah, he's been trying to push
He got these. There he is right there. He got those.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna get him on the show. I'm really wanting to get him on there. And then there's Dave right there, man, in all of his glory with the freaking Agassiz.
Yep.
Who, he was wearing these before anyone. He's probably the first celebrity to ever wear these.
Probably. I think Flea was too. I think because I think they did a commercial.
You're right.
Andre Agassi. I think Flea and I think what's his name, lead singer. They did a couple commercials for Andre Agassi shoes.
Like, just think, man. Like I was talking about Lars earlier. Like, and Dave. They both. There's pictures of them both wearing Chicago ones. That was when they first came out.
Right.
Like, just think. That was when they first came out.
Yeah.
Show me a rapper that got Jordan 1s.
Right.
I can't think of one. I remember Ice-T had the 4s on his album.
Yeah,
he was
wearing I remember that picture. Yep.
He was wearing like a white fitted or some fit, like
They were wearing like British Knights and ponies and
ponies, British Knights, Adidas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Guidos were wearing the Guido Bacher stuff.
those. Yeah,
I'm telling you, yo.
That's still a wild name, man. That just sounds so hilarious. Like that's just
Guido Bachers?
Yeah.
That may go viral. That segment. I'm just kidding. Do you know? Have you ever heard that term Guido before?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Some people now because of this culture maybe so derogatory. Like it's not right to say, but that's what they were calling themselves. That they wear the gold chain with the Italian horn, the horn.
Yeah.
And they have the white T-shirt and jeans, or the Z Cavaricis. If they were balling, they wore that. They drive the Iraq Z28 cars with the tops, or they had 2 or 3 cars. It was the Iraq Z28 with the T-tops, the freaking Camaro, or the Firebird or Fire is some car.
Yeah, Firebirds,
Yeah, Firebird. They were all kind of shaped the same around that 80 era. They kind of looked like they were all cousins and shit. And
the 80s era.
And then they put the system in the back. Rockford Fosgate Punch 2000 at 200 amp, and they have the kicker speakers, and they'd be blasting this freestyle music, bro. Freestyle music, Louder Than Love. Search it, Johnny O. I think it was Louder Than Love. All this like love dance songs and shit like that. Mm-hmm. TKA. If you just type TKA, you will see these songs. That's what they were. Silent Morning. All these fucking songs. If Retro Fire is listening, watches whole shit,
he would know.
He's gonna be like right now. His head's like blowing up. Oh my god! Like I'm telling you, like this was that they had like the Italians. They went crazy for the Reeboks, bro.
Yeah.
But it had to be solid, and these were tough mother effers, bro. They would run out and beat the crap. They would, dude. These were tough mother, especially where I was around, like in Yonkers area. They were tough, bro. you didn't want to get on their bad side, and they all stuck together. They were like a gang. It would be like that in the Bronx and Brooklyn and Queens, and they were all like.
I've heard from people who used to live there back in the 80s and 90s. A lot of those places aren't even the same anymore. Like one guy I talked to, he like said he got out of the car and he already had like, I think he had like a knife or something on it. He was like this, getting out of the car, and he walks out and he sees coffee shops. He's like, what the hell happened? Like he's like, nobody's trying to rob me. Like what's going on? Like it was funny because like that's how his mind went. Like he's like, where's all the dudes that trying to kill me? Like, he was so used to that, and it's like all different out there, I guess.
Bro, New York is very different in general, bro. It's very different.
That's what I've heard. Like it's not the same, I guess, for the good in some ways. But
that's why I moved out of New York. I was like, it's going down the tubes now, you know? Like people used to like really like honor and like want to upkeep the culture of New York, and then they started saying, well, we're not as popular anymore. We got to follow these other trends and do all this shit music wise to that wise instead of just doing New York shit and keeping that pure, you know, because it's effing New York, you know, like you need it. Like that's a whole nother conversation. I'm not even going to open up that box right now.
Part 2, part 3.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like you understand what I'm saying. Like we get Retro on here. Maybe if he's down, I don't never really spoken to this guy. No Ideas Original. I'll probably hit him up with some, but like, you know, like if we could really all of us together just do a podcast, it'd be a lot of fun. Because as I said, man, every sneakerhead shit is corny, but the actual just the culture of everything, just not even labeling it, I like that, because this shit has gotten really corny now. Like I don't even want to be associated with that shit anymore. You know, like I just want to be known as not even like sneaker. I don't want to be known as that sneakerhead guy. I don't even want to be known for this. Like I just want to just talk about shit. You know,
because about 2011, 2012 is when that label started. Like and when people would buy shoes for views and stuff like that.
Watch any other other YouTubers. They couldn't handle this kind of conversation.
No, they don't even know the history behind the shoe half the time, or or know why or when Jordan wore it or why he wore it. Or it's just, here's the jump man here, and here's this.
Guys, if you enjoy this, share this shit. Pass this on to a friend, man. Pass it on to someone, you know, or 1 or 2 people. That'll let us know to do this again and do it again. Because I'm trying. I just love this shit. I keep saying I love what I seen on Instagram, man. So yeah, we're gonna end this shit. I'm supposed to go live at 7:30 tonight. Shit, man.
It's already 2 hours. I think already 2 hours.
Got back another hour or so, but yeah, man. Thank you guys for tuning in, man, and make sure to follow us and hit that like, share, get the newest T-shirts, a bunch of shit in the description. Support what I do, and watch that effing that interview. That interview is spectacular, bro. It's special. You'll learn something. All right, guys. Yeah. Let me